What's good, y'all? This is your guy, DeShields II from Chalking Up Sports, where no matter if we win or if we lose, we just got to charge it to the game. So, Jonathan Gannon is apparently out on the Houston Texans head coaching gig. They decided to give the job to their defensive coordinator slash assistant head coach, Lovie Smith, who formerly used to coach the Bears and actually managed to bring that team to a Super Bowl appearance. But I digress. Lovie Smith is now the new head coach for the Houston Texans, and Jonathan Gannon, most likely 9 times out of 10, 10 times out of 10, really, will make his return to Philadelphia as the defensive coordinator. Now, how do I feel about that? I'm iffy on that. Now, I do expect Jonathan Gannon to improve, but how much is really the question. This past season, he spent most of his time pretty much dialing up a bunch of zone schemes, playing a bend but don't break defense, and that really didn't bode well for us in the long term, especially when it came to our playoff chances. Right now, granted, we made the playoffs, right, and if you look at the numbers, if you look at the statistics, you'll say Jonathan Gannon did a pretty good job calling defensive schemes. But in all reality, he was not aggressive in any way all season. There were times throughout the season when you questioned his decision making, you questioned his ability to coach these guys up and make sure these guys take on the right identity on the offensive side of the ball. Look, here's my thing, right? Your players tend to take on the demeanor, take on the culture, the mindset of their head coach or their defensive coordinator, right? If your defensive coordinator is aggressive, your players will in turn take on that mystique, take on those habits and be aggressive as well. But that was not Jonathan Gannon in any way this season. Multiple times throughout the season, there were quarterbacks who had career games against us, and that should never happen. Quarterbacks completing 80+% of their passes. That cannot happen in this NFL. You will never win if you're allowing quarterbacks, no matter who they are, to complete 80% of their passes. It's just that simple. But if this defense is going to improve, we need to be more creative in our blitzes. We need to be more creative in our pre-snap motion. We need to be more creative if we're going to do zone. Be more creative in the zone schemes. Mix and match with some some combo schemes where you have some guys playing zone, some guys playing man. Coach up your guys to play a zone / man concept, meaning that yes, they are in a zone. The play is a zone, a cover 2 zone, but they're still staying close to the hip with certain guys. You know, they're playing the ball, but you know you know what I mean. They're covering their area, but they're not necessarily allowing guys just to run by them because they're in his own scheme. Let these guys go after the ball, allow these guys to be aggressive, coach them up, and put that gene inside of them. You know, the biggest reason he claimed why we couldn't do certain things is because of the lack of talent. I disagree on that. You had talent to get things done. At the end of the day, you're only going to know what you can do if you do it. But regardless, we do acknowledge that this team was a bit devoid of talent in certain areas on the defense. We definitely needed more talent in the linebacker room. We definitely needed some more youth, some more talent in the safety room. We definitely needed edge rushers as well. We actually ranked 31st in the league in quarterback sacks. So we weren't able to get to the quarterback at any point this past season, even with guys like Fletcher Cox, Javon Hargrave, and Josh Sweat. But we had to find a way to bolster this pass rush because that's the way to knock off these super talented quarterbacks. If you're gonna go up against guys like Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert, Matthew Stafford, formerly Tom Brady when he was in the league, and guys like Aaron Rodgers, Kyler Murray, you need to have a pass rush, a legitimate pass rush at that. If you can't get to the quarterback, he's going to have all day to throw the ball. And regardless if you got star-studded DBs, regardless if you got talent in the DB room, if you can't rush the passer, if you can't get to the quarterback, then the quarterback's going to have plenty of time to get the ball to his guys, and eventually someone's going to get open. So we need to play complementary football. We need to get some more talent in that pass rush. We also need more talent in the DB room. But overall, Jonathan Gannon has to be more aggressive. And if he's going to return as our DC, we need to see improvement in that respect. We need to see more creativity in the pre-snap. We need to see more aggressiveness from our players. And we need to see more aggressiveness and more creative blitzes when it comes to the play calling. And it's straight like that, you guys. I'm your humble host, DeShields II from Chalking Up Sports, where no matter if we win or if we lose, we just got to charge it to the game. One love, stay humble, stay healthy, and most importantly, stay hungry.